Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Students and viewers, last time you know that we have detailed discussion about the concept of the isotopes, in which we have studied the different isotopes of the different elements, and we defined it that these isotopes are the atoms of the same element which have their different atomic masses but similar atomic numbers. Students, the isotopes are further categorized that some of the isotopes of the same elements have the different abundance in the nature. So our current topic is about that is the relative abundance of the isotopes. Relative abundance of isotopes. The relative abundance of isotope is defined as the percentage of different isotopes in a given sample of an element is called as the relative abundance of isotope. Means from that definition we elaborate that different elements have their different number of isotopes, and all these isotopes have their own natural abundance. Commonly, we have found that it is found that overall 280 isotopes occur in nature. Among these 280 isotopes which occurred in the nature, 40 isotopes are radioactive isotopes. Beside these 280 isotopes, we have 300 unstable radioactive isotopes which have been produced by artificial disintegration. Students, as I have mentioned, and our concerned topic is the relative abundance of the isotopes, we know that each element have different kinds of the isotopes, and these different isotopes have their own natural abundance, and that on the base of that natural abundance of the isotope, the properties mentioned for any particular element is due to that isotope which have its more abundance. Let's suppose we get the example that hydrogen has 3 isotopes, that is the protium, deuterium, and tritium. These isotopes has already been studied in my previous lecture, the topic of the isotopes. Now, with concern to the relative abundance of that isotope, each isotope has their own natural abundance. Let's suppose the protium has the abundance 99.985 and deuterium has its percentage 0.015%, and tritium is very minute trace in nature are found. Now, I have mentioned you that the property of the particular element which is mentioned in the literature of the chemistry for that element is due to the most abundant isotope of that element. So, for consequences of the discussion, we can say that the properties of hydrogen, which is commonly known, is due to the most abundant isotope of that hydrogen, which is the protium, and its percentage is 99.985%. Now, another example of the carbon, we have two most abundant isotope of the carbon, that is C12 and C13. Their percentage in nature is 98.893%, and for carbon 13 it is 1.107%. Now, you can easily assess that which of the isotope is responsible to impart the properties to the carbon element in the literature of the chemistry, so that you assess it that isotope will be the C12, for which the properties of the element is mentioned in the literature of the chemistry. Another example is given of the chlorine. Chlorine has its two more abundant isotopes, and among these two isotopes, that is chlorine 35 and chlorine 37. The abundance of the chlorine 35 is 75.53%, and of 37 is 24.47%. Means that the chlorine 35 has the more abundance in the nature. On that phenomenon which is going to be studied here is very complex. Means we cannot distribute the isotopes in such a complex criteria. So generally we can make a phenomenon by which we can explain that which of the element has how many isotopes and how these isotopes have their relative abundance, and what is the relative abundance of that isotope. So to avoid that complex criteria for the relative abundance of the isotope, we have the general criteria to know the relative abundance of the isotope, and that is the elements, and that criteria is the elements which have their odd atomic numbers, not have more than 2 isotopes, not have more than 2 isotopes, and those elements which have their even atomic number, the elements of the even atomic number have large number of isotopes. And amazingly, students, it is very amazing. It is amazing that the nature set a rule, and that rule is explored by the chemistry, and that the elements which have their atomic number multiple of the 4 are most abundant. For example, oxygen 16, 4 is 16. That is the most abundant in the nature and earth crust. That is magnesium 24. 6 4 is the 24. And similarly, silicon 28. 7 4 is 28, multiple of the 4. And similarly, calcium 40. 4 10 is the 40, and it is the most abundant. Like silicon, which is also a most abundant, and iron 56, etc. Next, it is another strange distribution of the nature among these isotopes, that as I have mentioned, that in nature 280 isotopes occur, and among these 280 isotopes, 154 isotopes are those which have their even atomic number, and these isotopes almost form the 50% of the earth crust. 50% of the earth crust. Another beautiful distribution of the relative abundance of the isotope is that some of the isotopes have only one isotope, that these elements are called as the monoisotopic element. The monoisotopic element means those elements which have only one isotope, and these elements are termed as monoisotopic element, and these are arsenic, fluorine, iodine, and gold, etc. So that relative abundance of the isotope is studied by a process, by an instrument called the mass spectrometry. Mass spectrometry. The determination of the relative abundance of the isotope by the mass spectrometry will be our next lecture, inshallah, and we will discuss it in detail with its working process. So at the end, if you can find any question about that topic, you may ask us on our website by floating your answers, and we will inshallah give you the proper answers of your questions. Thank you very much.